Thanks for having us.
No, thank you for coming. How's your trip so far?
Trip's been good. I've always wanted to come back and shoot more in Malaysia.
Yeah.
I came to shoot the drifting scene about 10 years ago, and it was very rich, it was very strong already.
Yeah.
But I never had a chance to really shoot the car culture scene.
Right.
And that's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Last night, being able to experience Retro Havoc was really eye-opening. It was so cool to see all different cars, all different walks of life, and just the level of builds. And from different countries too, right?
Yeah.
Not just Malaysia. But this house is super cool. This is your house.
This is my
and
house,
it's
yes.
almost like there just happens to be a house and it's just a bunch of Porsches. It's the Porsches first, then house second.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I spoke about this room just now to you. This used to be the master bedroom. And when we were building the house years ago, I told my architect, who, by the way, has a 964 RS, I told him, make sure this room fits a 911. So it's actually made for a 911. It was empty before, Larry. So it's obviously not empty now because I kind of, I collected parts. I started working on projects and doing stuff for friends, and and it's just sort of grew and grew and grew.
This is a lot.
It is a lot.
There's a back half of a 911 here. What is that, your couch here, or what do you use this for?
This used to be my room. When I was smoking, I used to sit here, do some work. Sort of an ex-ad man. I used to be the chief creative officer of an ad agency.
I can kind of tell there's some creative something going on where, I mean, there's a method to this madness.
Sure.
It's like a lot of people could try really hard to have this texture and feel and patina, and it's not something that you could just do willy-nilly. You actually have to put a lot of effort into it, I feel like. It's really cool. So you have a couple cars here.
Yeah.
Do you work on the cars here?
I do some of it. For me, these cars are what I call my blank canvases. After work, like this particular car, I bought this car, 20 years ago. The background of this car is interesting. It's actually a 911 Turbo, an original 911 Turbo, 1982, I think. And when I bought it back then, before Singer got it, before RWB, and all these guys became sort of trendy, people didn't really want these cars. So I got this car without an engine or a gearbox, no interior. It was a basic shell. And I kind of brought it back here and decided to work on it on my own, because the best way to do stuff is to wrench on it yourself, right? So that half cut in there, that engine is in here. That gearbox is in here. And it's raining.
What happened to the original turbo engine?
I don't know. And the story of this car is actually quite interesting. I saw this car years ago when I was a junior art director. And I saw it at the shop. And I remember going in and speaking to the guy about this car, and he told me, all the specs and whatever. As I walked away, I turned back and looked at it and I said, one day I will buy a car like this. And little did I know that it's the actual car that I bought years later,
So then when you got it, it was just a bare shell, or?
It was a bare shell. It had wheels, it had brakes, it had, but no engine, no gearbox, no interior, So I decided, why not make it a lightweight RS, And that's what I did, So it's got lightweight bumpers, it's completely stripped of its sound deadening. You've got Recaro, lightweight seats.
This area is impressive too. Just like the parts wall. It's really, really cool to see all the things that you've collected, memorabilia, the old signs.
Yeah.
All of your old plates, it looks like.
That's all from the cars that I've worked on over the years.
Like this scene right now, blowing me away right now. Why is it that you kept that back half?
Actually, I had the complete car. I had the front part too. But, this is a home. There's only so much I can keep, So I thought, I'll keep the back half because I can kind of put the seats in there and kind of make that, sort of an impromptu kind of seating area. Of course, as you can see, it's filled with stuff. These are wheels for another build that I'm building. We're taking a 911 SC and converting it into a 934 race car.
But you're out of room. Where are you going to put the cars?
No, it's not my car. It's,
Oh, okay.
it's a money no object built by a good friend. So he's asked me to help him. But you know, in Malaysia, it's not as robust as you know the industry as in the US, right? You've got so many different specialists. Here we have to rely on very few people who are very good, but you just have to wait. So this 934, I've been waiting for it for the last 2 years. It's been in the body shop, you know, for 2 years, you know. That's a 924 front fender. That's my dad's old 924. So I'm converting that into a 924 Carrera GT.
Nice.
So, you know.
So what is Valhalla? What is that? Is that you?
It's Nordic for sort of a part of Nordic mythology. So it's where the fallen warriors go to rejuvenate. So this is my Valhalla, you know. I kind of like project cars that I pull in and I kind of project manage and build them up, you know.
I love this. Paint isn't performance.
I think what I like to try and build is not necessarily super high horsepower cars. I like kind of the Colin Chapman, add lightness. So everything is about being light.
Like this is...
Like this particular car.
This is a build.
This is a build, yes. This car originally started life as a 911 SC.
So it's backdated.
Backdated it, fiberglass bumpers. You know, I kind of like the Euro style lenses. And who doesn't like an Irish green car? So once again with the interior as well, these are interesting. These are mini seats that I kind of covered and restyled, and these are E36 headrests that I cut and welded onto them. So very lightweight carpeting inside.
Did you have a chance to weigh this?
No, but I think we're about maybe 1,000 kg, a ton, maybe slightly less. So it's really, really light, you know.
What a beautiful car. So then, are most of the 911s here right-hand drive?
Most of them are right-hand drive. There are a few left-hand drives, obviously from people who have imported them from the US, but very few. You see very few of them. Even if they were here back in the day, they were converted to right-hand drive.
Really? Just because ease of use?
Yeah, Malaysia is a right-hand drive country, you know.
But it's legal to drive left-hand drive.
It is.
Okay.
Like Japan, right? It's weird, right? Everybody who has a Porsche or a performance car, they want left-hand drives, right?
So then what engine did you put in this?
No, this is a standard 3-liter SC. It's got just stainless steel headers and M&K exhaust.
Can we take a look at it?
Sure. Basically stock, with the exception of an MSD system.
And then so you built this whole thing here?
Well, basically when the car came, it was I would say a little bit of a basket case. It had been painted over like 3 times, and there were weird stuff done indoors and, you know, the interior. So I like what I call, I project manage it. I strip everything. I see what's needed for the engine. So I buy all that stuff, send the car, drop the engine. That goes to my mechanic. So he does that. The car goes for welding.
Wait, is that a real plate?
That is.
Nice plate.
Yeah, and that matches with that car too.
Rad 993. That is great. I love this color so much.
Yeah. I don't know, for some reason Malaysians like black. So this car was, this is the original color. It was painted black. And this belongs to a friend. And when he bought it, I told him, Tom, you know, we should really get the car back into this color.
Oh, I love that.
I don't, you know, I hate gray interiors. So what I did was I told my friend, mate, let's build the interior as an homage to the 959.
Yeah, that's exactly what it reminds me of.
So, you know, it's kind of cool. Even though it's a Tiptronic car, it is a Carrera S.
I like the yellow seatbelts.
Yeah.
So then why Porsche? How is it that you fell in love with this marquee?
My first car was a Volkswagen Beetle. So, you know, you understand German engineering and how robust they are. And from the Beetle, you know, I told myself one day maybe I'll get a 911, you know.
And then now you have a bunch of them.
I have a bunch. This is not mine. This belongs to a friend, but I do enjoy working on these cars. They are my blank canvases, you know.
I feel like from all the parts that you have, engines laying around, seats and everything, you can build a bunch of other cars.
Yeah.
Just from the spare parts that you have.
Yes.
You have like a rally light pod here.
Rally light pod, that's for a 924 turbo project that I'm working on.
So what's the story behind this? This is a storage unit right now?
This is, yeah, unfortunately, it's a complete car. It's a 73 911E. My friend and I share it, so we're gonna restore it. This is just gonna get back into stock, Larry. Nothing special. You know, we're not gonna do anything fancy. Just lower it slightly, and that's that.
Whoa, but these are real
Lightweight seats,
lightweight
yes.
seats. There's just like nothing to it.
Correct. Because for me, right, Larry, you can chase horsepower, or you can reduce weight. I much prefer to reduce weight.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
More parts. Transmissions.
And wheels. And wheels.
Transmissions, wheels, just so many parts.
Yeah.
Exhaust, headers.
You really can't quite see it, but hidden, tucked away back there, it's a 3.3 liter roof engine. And that's going into the 934 build that I'm working on.
Nice. You're the best kind of hoarder. Porsche hoarder.
But I mean, everything has its place for a particular project that I'm working on. I do have a little bit more, but they're at different, shops and at different stages of the build.
Look at this. Fans, old signs,
Yeah.
just really, really nice curated memorabilia. This scene right here, incredible. All the posters, the gauges on the wall, old
It's just
bike.
It's just over time, You can't make this stuff up. You just have to. I'm just finding places to put in. Like this right here is a roll cage, from a 993.
I think you're running out of room to put stickers and stuff.
I know. Actually, once I complete the projects, all these boxes go.
Oh, okay. Because
Once
a
I
lot of
complete-
these
Correct.
boxes are
Correct.
related to the certain car that you're building.
Correct.
Look at all those steering wheels that you have. All the deck lids.
Yeah. That's from the very first 911 that I owned. It was a 3.2 Carrera. That tail is from this particular car, my turbo. I can't remember where that's from. Yeah, that's from the 924.
Pedal stuff, a lot of hardware here.
Yeah,
for
this is just
a build.
just cool stuff. You get the Porsche etched door handles for the transaxles, which I love. For me, it's about details, right? Because I work in design and color and detail all matter a lot.
A lot of turbofans that you've collected, huh?
Yes, those are actually I didn't collect them. I had them made. There you go. That's another set too. There is
Carrera 4.
Yeah, there's a C4 Cabriolet. This belongs to it's a friend that has been, it was originally a customer, but now has become a friend. This is the second time it's come back to me. It's from East Malaysia. The first time when it came to me, it was barely running. The ABS computer was missing, the hood couldn't open, nothing could work. So I kind of worked on the whole car, got the car running, and then sent it back to East Malaysia. 6 years later, the gentleman said, I think it's time for me to change the top and paint the car and maybe rebuild the engine, and this is where it is. So we're at this point right now where I just need to go through the 1,000 kilometers, then it's going to be sent back to East Malaysia. And Larry, this is what I wanted to just talk to you about. You do so many videos and you create so much content for so many people, right?
Yeah.
And that's amazing, right? Because you inspire people, you entertain people. And I thought, has anybody actually done something for you?
Okay.
So I thought, this is a build that I'm working on. This is a Valhalla build 28. I thought of actually calling this the VLC project.
No.
So it's called the Valhalla Larry Chen. So I don't know what you think about this.
What the hell?
I don't know what you think about this, but
Oh my God.
so this is the Valhalla Larry Chen special edition.
Are you serious?
Mate, look, isn't that a spitting picture of you?
Oh my God. That is so crazy. You painted that?
Yeah,
Look
I
at
did
this.
I did it.
Wait, what?
So does that look like him?
Oh my God.
So
What are you
this
gonna
is-
do with this? This is.
So this is the Valhalla Larry Chen.
You knew about this.
build.
No. I know nothing. I know nothing.
This is.
I know nothing.
This is kind of crazy. Wait, so then this is like a Back to the Future.
I don't know. It's just a design that came to me. I just thought, we'll just build a car in honor of Larry Chen
Oh my God.
for his
Wait, what-
contribution to humanity and to car culture.
You are just ridiculous.
Only if you like it, and if you do, you have to pen something here.
Okay.
And you can think about it a little bit later, but the pen is all nice and charged. And you can write whatever that you want here. This is a
Whoa.
bill made in homage to you.
That is. This hasn't happened yet.
No, it hasn't happened.
This is pretty crazy. I cannot believe you put this together. Wow. How long did it take?
Oh, I don't know. I think it was maybe 40 minutes.
Is this your
That's
thing? Like this is
I just
Like-
I just hand drew it. I have a time lapse video which I'll send to you.
oh
I created a time lapse video.
this is like out of control. Wow. Okay. All right. That's
So only if you endorse it.
Wait, but then so is this something where you would leave on the front end? Like it would be part of the livery?
I may. Another thought that I had was I'll remove this front panel, and this front panel will come with the car. But I'll replace the front panel and I'll paint the car completely. Because obviously, Larry, if we're gonna build a car, it's got to be cool, right? It's got to
Right.
be dope, right?
It has to be interesting, it has to have
Correct.
a cool livery.
Correct. Absolutely.
Right.
So this
Yeah,
is
that is just wild. I did not expect that at all. That
okay.
is
That's for you.
that's very, very
That's
surprising.
for you. And thank you for entertaining us.
no,
Thank you for entertaining us.
thanks for watching. Thank you guys for watching.
So this
Incredible.
This is just a garden variety, early 1983 944. I like stuff which has got a sort of stance and wheels, Then we'll figure out what to do with the engine.
I really like these a lot. I've always wanted to build one of these because of the fact that it's pretty much the German S chassis, right, from the Nissan side.
Right, the S15, I think. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, but this has a transaxle, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
so it's a little different, but it's still 4-cylinder, and these are raced. I keep coming back here because I'm just still so blown away at this. Yeah.
No, I'm happy that you like it,
Yeah, I feel like I'm more surprised than anything else, but it's definitely growing on me because it is my face. That is hilarious. I'm just gonna put what I normally say
What
when
you
I see
normally
something
say,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah. There.
Cool.
Wow.
Exclamation mark. Oh, brilliant. Thank you so much. Thank you so much,
That is a first. That
Good.
is definitely a first. Wow.
No, but
Exactly, wow.
I think a lot of people don't
Wow.
realize, how much work goes into what you guys do,
Yeah, it's hard
and-
work.
and the stuff
we
that you
love it
guys
though.
do.
It's fun.
Is to entertain people, and encourage people when you have a day, Turn on a Larry Chen video and,
Yeah,
get
I
entertained.
think a lot of it is inspiration if we can inspire other people. And selfishly, this is to keep the culture that we love going.
Correct.
That's really what it
Correct,
is. I mean,
correct.
because even on the way here, on the ride here, the gentleman that was driving me here was telling me how that I inspired him to photograph cars.
Oh,
and
amazing.
it doesn't matter what you're doing. It could be building, photographing, cleaning them,
Yeah.
fixing them, building them,
Correct.
whatever. It could be all of that. Whatever you're doing, as long as you're progressing this hobby,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's something that we love, and it's something that you can't hold back. And that's why, no matter where we travel in the world, I've been traveling a lot in Southeast Asia recently in the past couple of years, no matter where I go, this is the language. Not this. Not this specifically, not my face like that. But this is the language that we love.
But you know, specifically, Porsche people speak Porsche. And we get it, right? So we get it, you know.
Yeah. All right, what's next? What do we do?
You have to drive that lightweight car.
Okay,
The
I'm
green
down.
car.
Let's do it.
It's not a GT3. I don't have one. But like I said before, you know, here's an opportunity for you to experience something that is completely pure.
Yeah.
It's lightweight. It doesn't have a lot of power, but it sounds the business and it drives like the clappers.
That sounds
Okay.
like a good time.
It is just
This is
200 horses, lightweight,
Old school 911.
15-inch wheels, 15-inch, okay? So the tires are, I don't know, you know, we got performance tires. I think we got some Yokohamas.
Uh-huh.
And it's a little bit wet, so
Yeah.
enjoy.
Of course. It's just a cruiser. Sounds good.
Nothing special with the engine,
Yeah.
just a rebuild. New piston rings, MSD. Don't be afraid to give it some beans, you know.
Oh, you're so
Sometimes the things you guys do, right?
good. It's so good. I love it. Ah! These are so fun. I love it. Where are we? What is this place?
This is Faruni is a tile manufacturer, Malaysia's leading tile manufacturing company. They are also I suppose, a client of mine. And they're always looking for new ways to showcase their craftsmanship because all the tiles, they make them.
In Malaysia.
In China, in Malaysia, they make them in various places. So I had an idea and I jokingly, in playful banter with the clients, I said, hey, guys, why don't, I've got an old classic 911. Wouldn't it be cool if we actually covered it with ceramic tiles? And the client, said, that sounds like an interesting idea. Let's explore it. The launch will be in the next, 3 days. So you will be the first people to actually see this.
Of course, by the time that you guys watch this, it will already have been launched.
So the base of this car is a 1978 911 Turbo.
Is it a running driving car?
And it's not a running driving car, but it's complete. So literally, we gave it a new suit of armor, a second skin, if you like.
It's interesting because if you looked at it from far away, it almost could look like a matte wrap.
Correct.
But these are ceramic tiles?
These are ceramic tiles, and they are all kind of sort of laser cut into these small sizes, and they're individually stuck on.
By hand?
By hand.
Art 911. What an interesting concept. So then why this tile?
We had to find something that was easily to work with. This tile actually comes in a ginormous piece. So we water jet all these tiles into the small pieces. If you look closely, the tiles have got a little bit of texture. And I think what's interesting with this is every tile has got a different kind of texture.
They are all different.
Yes.
And it's all different
Texture.
textures.
Yes.
There's just, like, some of it is almost like checkers, some of it is just lines,
Yeah.
some of it almost looks like a knockdown wall texture.
Even this, the turbo badge, is actually cut from the very same tile as well.
That's an interesting.
So again, Larry,
Detail.
the idea is how do we capture people's imagination by doing something different, right?
So then what is going to happen with this car? Is this going to be a running, driving car eventually?
It will be, but for now, it's just an art piece for Faruni.
Oh, so this is reversible. Like
Yes,
you could take
of course,
this off.
Of course.
So what was the process? You wrapped it first with
We
something?
wrapped it with, yes, we wrapped it first, and then all the tiles were put on with sort of like a little silicone kind of adhesive. And then it was literally grouted. So all of this, if you look in between the tiles, they are grout. It's grout.
Just like a kitchen counter.
Correct.
So like what is this piping in the middle here? It's just like rubber strips?
It's just a rubber strip, just to sort of, it's a finisher.
And this is the company that...
That's the company, yes, Faruni.
It's very interesting. It is like a suit of armor, like a chainmail kind of thing going on here. How long did this take?
I think about a month and a half.
Did you test some portions of it or something to see
We did.
if it would work?
We did. We tested with, I had a spare fiberglass whale tail at home, and we tried it with different sizes of the tiles. And you know, we realized that the smaller the tile is, the easier it is, because you've got to make it match this complex curve right here, right? And it's got to hug that quite well.
Because there's an edge, you have to cut some of them.
Correct, and that's all cut by hand. It's an expression of art, you know? That's what it is. And that's how we should view it as.
How long do you think it would take for you to take it off?
I don't know, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Because this is something that you eventually will build. Like this is your personal car.
Definitely, yes. Yes, for sure.
Do you know how long it's going to stay in this form?
Until the end of the year, and then it goes into the next stage of its transformation. So that's, you know, where I'm going to get the chassis kind of done. There's some rust that I have to sort of manage.
Are you going to drive it in this configuration then?
No.
Okay.
No.
It's not going to drive on the street.
No.
That's too bad.
It's a little heavy, I have to say.
It really adds to the weight of it.
Yeah.
What color is underneath it?
It's a slate gray. The original color is a Minerva blue. But this is the second time I've actually expressed art in this form. The first time when I got this car, of course it had paint on it, and I scribbled on it a little bit like what I did with the Larry Chen Valhalla special, you know?
But whose face was it? Your face?
No face, no face. That was I just decided just to scribble on it, and just because it was used as a display in a car show in Art of Speed.
Ah. What is this? Here.
This is just a 3D model of the car, and this is the actual tile that we used. So that's
3
beautiful.
millimeter.
Yeah, that's beautiful, huh?
Yeah.
3D printed.
Very cool. Thanks for showing us this. Thanks for letting me drive your car.
Well, you're welcome, you know. I hope your afternoon was well spent.
It was interesting to say the least. I honestly had no idea what to expect, and I guess that's the beauty of it, right? It's just so blown away that you went out of your way to do that. So definitely appreciate that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Just looking forward to checking out a lot more Malaysian car culture.
Sure.
Yeah.
And just remember, you know, Larry, you've got to come back to check up on the status of your car, of your build.
I'm
okay?
ready. I'm ready. I
Okay.
can't wait to shred that thing.